Welcome to Lucerne! In this video I will highlight the 30 best things to do in the most picturesque city in Switzerland, including the coolest museum in Europe, the best Swiss cheese fondue, exceptional views from Mount Rigi, from ultra-modern spas to ancient trains, a Swiss carnival, some sledding, and the totally underrated Lucerne nightlife.
Cheers!
Start off your Lucerne adventure with a stroll along the banks of the river Reuss, towards the most iconic church in the city, the gorgeous Jesuit church. Built in 1666 with some of the most detailed interior designs I have ever seen. The city of Lucerne is split into two parts by the river Reuss, connected by the oldest covered wooden bridge in Europe. The Capelle Bridge, built in 1333, but sadly had to be rebuilt in the 1990s due to a massive fire. Make sure to check out these detailed painted panels that portray historical events from the 17th century. Perhaps the most iconic landmark here in Lucerne. And it's so old, so you can easily walk from one part of Lucerne to the other part, the old town and the new town. A special tip, visit in the early morning for the most picturesque scenery. Continue to walk along the river banks until you reach the city's second famous bridge, the Spreuerbrucke or Mill Bridge. These painted panels inside this bridge display the dancing of the dead, telling the story of the Black Death ripping through Europe. En route to the Spreuerbrucke, you will come across Heisi Maroni, a tiny shop where you can buy these freshly roasted chestnuts. A common Swiss street snack, 5 Swiss francs, $5 US. Now there are many places you can buy chocolate, but Au Cachet in downtown Lucerne has some of the best chocolate in the city and a wide variety. You can choose from Caillier, Toblerone and even homemade chocolate here, especially the champagne, rum and whiskey chocolates. You gotta try them out.
Rum, yes. Und was hättest du gern gehabt? Mit Schnaps.
Typical local Lucerne chocolates are the Swiss teardrops at Heini Lucerne.
Ooh! That's really strong. Alcoholic raindrops.
Besides chocolates, Heini offers a large array of incredible desserts for the sweet tooths among us. After your chocolate fix, stroll through the old town of Lucerne. This is the Cornmarkt with the old city hall. The old town features many picturesque squares, flanked by buildings bearing historical frescoes. So be sure to always look up and behold the incredible amount of detail.
Amazingly enough, Lucerne has 225 fountains, and behind me is the oldest fountain in the city. Fresh Alp water, so fresh that you can actually drink it. You don't have to go around buying bottles of water, just fill it up anywhere in the city.
Many of these fountains were designed with carnival-related sculptures. Carnival is an old Swiss tradition. A special tip, look for the Nette Toilette stickers in case you need to access a free public toilet. Very handy.
Now this is Barabas, an old prison turned into a hotel.
Barabas painted this beautiful mural in his jail cell about the things he missed most, namely booze, food, music, cars, and women. The hotel still operates these giant metal prison doors. Staying here starts around 40 Swiss francs, $40 per night without breakfast, and includes a fun games room.
So here we have the Leeuwendenkmal, otherwise known as the Lion Monument. Definitely the most popular tourist attraction here in Lucerne.
The Dying Lion of Lucerne is a memorial dedicated to the 800 Swiss mercenaries that were massacred during the French Revolution while trying to protect French King Louis XVI and his palaces in Paris.
The carving is absolutely gorgeous. They did such a good job. It looks spectacular. A tired lion on top of a shield. Now the best thing about Lucerne is that everything is in walking distance. The city is so small and you can easily walk from north to south, east to west within less than an hour. Most people don't know is that the official name of Switzerland is Confederation Helvetica.
As you can see here on the Swiss currency. Next door you will find the Glacier Garden, where you can experience a full tour through a sea of glaciers dating back to the last ice age. Admission is free when you have the convenient Swiss travel pass. Links below.
Now if you're really obsessed with the Alps, then here you can see the glacier rock formations, erratic blocks from the Alps.
A few blocks down the street you will find the Hofkirche of Saint Leodegar, which is a parish church. Again, beautiful decorations dating back to the 16th century. As you can tell, kept in pristine condition. These churches are nothing less than remarkable for all their detailed artwork.
My God, guys, Lucerne's architecture is absolutely breathtaking. It's so detailed and so ancient. I think Bern and Lucerne are some of the most gorgeous cities here in Switzerland.
For lunch, consider Tibbetts, one of the best vegetarian chains in Switzerland, and a branch of the famous Hiltl restaurant in Zurich, the oldest vegetarian restaurant in the entire world. An average dish here will cost you 20 Swiss francs. And your lunch with a refreshing crisp beer at the Rathaus Brewery, situated along the riverbanks.
Lucerne even produces their own local beer. I mean, look at this place. It's so authentic. An authentic local Lucerne beer, Rathaus beer. Ah, that's good. That is so refreshing. The Swiss water is so fresh, and you can really taste that in the beer. It's crisp and it's delicious.
Made from the fresh alpine waters of Mount PIlatus, running directly into the brewery. Lucerne installed the first beer pipeline in the world.
The pipeline starts right here. This is where the beer is flowing through the pipeline
To the local restaurants and bars.
Next stop, Mount Rigi.
Take the ferry from Lucerne to Vitznau. This romantic cruise is about an hour while you are surrounded by these majestic Swiss mountains. Then hop on the classic cogwheel mountain train towards the peak of Mount Rigi. Fun fact, the Vitznau-Rigi railway is the oldest mountain railway in Europe.
It's Switzerland and everybody needs their own little bit of warmth, wellness. So check out this, a full-blown spa in the middle of the Alps. Unbelievable.
Welcome to Mount Rigi. Mount Rigi, in comparison with Mount PIlatus, is best known for its wide-stretched views of central Switzerland. This 360-degree view allows you to see 125 alpine peaks and 13 lakes.
Now this may be very hard to show you guys, but it goes straight down.
It comes to no surprise that Mount Rigi is often preferred over Mount PIlatus by the locals. You can either purchase the Rigi round trip or go up for free with the Swiss Travel Pass. Links below for more details.
Alright, so now we're on top of Rigi Mountain at Rigi Kurm Hotel. Now they drink coffee here, of course, but to do it a little bit different here in Switzerland, they add snaps, especially during the winter months, to warm you up nicely. Now one of the most popular snaps in Lucerne is cherry snaps. And you mix that with coffee. Crazy, right? Alright, so what you do here, simply you grab your coffee, add your cherry snaps, and you're good to go down the mountain.
Then grab a quick Swiss lunch, loaded with calories, which we will need for our next adventure.
Alright, now it's time to ride a sled. It's been 20 years the last time I've been on a sled, so let's see how that's gonna go down the hill. Now prices here are pretty decent. It's 20 Swiss francs to rent your own sled.
The best way to go down Mount Rigi is by sled.
This is amazing!
A dedicated track has been set up for this fun activity. Just try to stay in control of your sled.
Oh. The views from the sled are absolutely stunning.
This sled ride down the mountain takes about 20 minutes.
Time for the Verkehrshaus. Verkehrshaus. Good morning.
Now, if you end up during a rainy day in Lucerne, don't be troubled, because there are plenty of great indoor activities. This is the Swiss Transport Museum, including the biggest space museum in Europe, which ended up being a lot more fun than I initially anticipated. This museum focuses on all the forms of transport by road, rail, water, air, and space. With over 3,000 items, it is so massive that you can easily spend the entire day here.
The Verkehrshaus, I mean, look at this place. This is awesome. This is definitely one of the most interesting museums here in Lucerne. The amount of detail at this museum is immense.
My favorite exhibit was definitely the giant pile of road signs in their courtyard, but also these bizarre classic European cars.
Going to work.
Picking up your girlfriend. Oh, the brake?
Yeah, the brake. Hey.
That's... They even have the pod that Felix Baumgartner used to jump from space to Earth. That's amazing. That's so cool.
The collection of Mars rovers.
Europe is stepping up to the plate with their own rover. Oh, it starts drilling.
And the most tiny ski lift I have ever seen. Above all, in the space section, you can enter a simulated zero-gravity room.
The space transformer. This is crazy. This whole thing flips upside down. So it will feel like we're in space. All right, let's go inside. Holy moly. This thing's huge. If you hold on, you'll be hanging on the... Oh! Space, man. That is so cool.
Purchase your tickets with a discount on reformat.com or enter for free with a Swiss travel pass.
Alright, we're walking on the Spreuerbrucke and it's now dinner time.
Since I do not see my brother too often, we ventured out for some fine dining. Switzerland offers many incredible local dishes. So what better than to start off with a typical Swiss cheese fondue.
Now I'm currently standing on the patio of Zunfthaus restaurant, which is a great patio and perhaps the most iconic patio to have your cheese fondue in Lucerne. As you can see, a very comfortable seating area and you can have your cheese fondue here. I think it's 0 degrees, so most people are having their cheese fondue inside.
This traditional restaurant dates back from 1578 with a very cozy atmosphere.
Crazy. So we got some bread here as well. A lot of bread and we're gonna dip that in the cheese fondue.
Bread, potatoes, and cheese enriched with white wine. Just dip and enjoy.
That's hot, so let it cool down for like a few seconds before you eat it, because you will burn your mouth. Lovely.
The best part of the cheese fondue is the crispy cheese that slowly caramelizes at the bottom of the pot. This cheese fondue will set you back 33 Swiss francs, roughly $33 US per person.
They have a fondue carriage. That's so awesome. So you're being pulled through the city while you have your fondue.
Another famous restaurant for fine dining is Wildenmann, with 500 years of history.
Cheers.
Where you can treat yourself to extremely thick stroganoff sauce with mushrooms poured over juicy veal, complemented with French green beans wrapped into bacon, called geschnetzeltes Kalbfleisch, 39 Swiss francs. Also this crispy Hügeli pastete with steak and mushrooms, which was finger-licking delicious. 33 Swiss francs.
High quality at a premium. Stuff is expensive, but it's a true Lucerne classic.
Do not forget to check out their bizarre carnival decorations on your way out. Eyes wide shut, anyone? The last fine dining restaurant worth mentioning is De Balance. A delicious pizza for 25, beers for 9,
and some high quality tartar. Wow, it's almost like jam, strawberry jam, but it's a spicy tartar. And then top it off with some proper Irish coffee. The quality at this restaurant is absolutely phenomenal.
Yep, Swiss prices can definitely kill your budget. After dinner is done, head over to Milleville for a couple of cold brewskis and desserts to top off an epic night of food adventures.
Cherry snaps.
That looks great.
Looks great. But will it taste great? Oh yeah, that's coffee. Very
Tasty,
nice.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's tasty.
Look at this contraption. It's amazing. It's pricey, but it's delicious.
For an eventful evening, head over to Emmenbrücke for the Schugefest, a carnival event in the run-up to the Lucerne Carnival, with live music, food, chatting with locals, and their unique selection of drinks.
Schwetzke Café. And this is a hold reel, which is tea with alcohol. Oh man, I think they gave us double shots. Oh, that is so strong.
This event takes place every year in early February. Visitors are encouraged to dress up for the occasion. Gambling in Lucerne is legal. You can place your bets at the Grand Casino Lucerne. do make sure to bring your ID.
How did we do?
It was expensive.
Quite expensive. We lost some, we won some, but it's a great place. Actually really fun. But it's not as extravagant as I actually thought the casino was going to be.
Okay, time for the nightlife. Do not underestimate Lucerne. This cozy town has actually a pretty decent nightlife. Kick it off at Der Schwarze Schaf. The entrance is free, with beer starting at 5 Swiss francs and 13 for cocktails. Another great spot is the Roadhouse Bar, a large complex with 6 levels of bars, music, and dance floors. A beer will set you back 8 Swiss francs and cocktails 14. The best nightclub in Lucerne is by far Penthouse, on the roof of a building overlooking the entire Lucerne skyline. Beers 8, cocktails 16. Do remember that the Swiss nightlife usually starts to get going way past 12 a.m. For after-party food, consider Hengi, a local bakery selling these high-quality slices of real Italian pizza.
Wow, that looks amazing.
For a great place to stay, consider Hotel Anker in the new part of town. Completely renovated as a modern boutique hotel. They have beautifully designed rooms with comfortable beds, very large bathrooms, daily breakfast buffet including a ton of items,
Cheers, mate.
a large bar, a lounge, and even a free photo booth in the basement.
We can take our own photos in here. Let's do this. Wow.
Awesomeness.
Awesomeness. People have been busy in here.
My final tip, the Swiss Travel Pass. Train tickets in Switzerland can be extremely pricey, but save yourself a ton of money by purchasing the Swiss Travel Pass, starting at 280 Swiss francs, from which you can easily count out your savings. For more Lucerne discounts and tips, visit reformat.com, which also includes 200 photos, maps, and all my personal advice. Now here are my bonus tips. For another great day trip, consider venturing out to Mount PIlatus in Engelberg, one of the best winter sport resorts in Switzerland, for some serious epic snowboarding and skiing. If you're interested, go watch my full Engelberg travel guide with a ton of tips. If you have a serious big budget, consider staying one night at Honeck Villa Hotel for the most famous infinity pool in Europe.
Now, one hidden secret is the rooftop at Menorah restaurant. Not many people know about this place, and let alone tourists. Right here you have a great view of the entire city. So great features of this rooftop deck are Mount Rigi, and on the other side Mount PIlatus. And even better, we got the city wall with the 9 towers in the background as well. So you got all the main features right on this rooftop deck.
In conclusion, Lucerne can be easily explored in one day. But if you want to include Mount Rigi, Mount PIlatus, and the Lucerne nightlife, consider staying for the entire weekend. It is one of the most rewarding destinations I visited in Europe.